Arizona PBS 480-725-9602.
Support comes from Citizens Clean Elections Commission, your source for unbiased voter information. Watch an upcoming debate and vote informed this election. Visit azcleanelections.gov/debates for dates and ways to watch.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Crossing the U.S.-Mexico border, how one nonprofit is working to prevent migrant deaths in the desert.
Clashing with the Justice Department, some Arizona Republicans introduce articles of impeachment against the country's Deputy Attorney General.
Children in foster care can struggle in school because they lack the tools necessary to succeed. But a new pilot program can help these kids get the technology they need.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Nicole Hernandez.
And I'm Sam Hoyle. Thank you for joining us.
Today is the government's deadline for reunifying migrant families separated at the U.S. border. More than 1,000 families have been brought together back together over the past couple of weeks, but there are hundreds of parents who are unaccounted for, many of whom may have been deported. The ACLU claims some parents likely signed away their right to reunification without even understanding what they were signing.
Protesters gathered in Washington today in response to the Trump administration's reunification deadline. Children and adults conducted a sit-in at the Hart Senate Office Building on Capitol Hill. People have been crossing the border illegally for decades. No matter what your political views are on immigration, no one wants to see people die.
I traveled to the border to speak with humanitarian groups and Border Patrol about preventing deaths in the desert. Crossing the Sonoran Desert can take several days.
There is no safe route to cross the border illegally.
The humanitarian group No More Deaths leaves food and gallons of water along trails to prevent these deaths.
We draw doodles and write like messages of hope on the gallons. And actually a lot of it is just to kind of make it so people aren't afraid to take the water.
But sometimes they're too late.
Really upsetting. You have to report it, so we called. I guess it's just like, sorry. Yeah, I don't know, like the way I know how to stop that from happening is by putting water out.
Okay. In this vast of a desert, the group determines where to drop water based on where migrant remains have been found previously. Because of this, their work isn't always exact, and what they do can sometimes be seen as illegal.
I've had some pretty frustrating interactions with Border Patrol in the field.
Any problem that any person may have with Border Patrol, we highly encourage them to report it so that we could deal with it firsthand and right away.
Both organizations ultimately have the same goal, to prevent deaths in the desert. And depending on who you talk to, the success rate changes.
The number of apprehensions have slowly been going down over the years, but the number of remains that are found have stayed pretty constant.
But Border Patrol has a different story.
Deaths are going down. We are seeing a decrease in deaths in the desert. If we look at fiscal year 2012, it was 180. Fiscal year 2017, it was 75.
Despite the discrepancies,
we're humans, you know, we all have hearts, so we're going to care for any human that's in distress.
Border Patrol said that they work together with a number of non-governmental humanitarian groups and that they will talk with anyone who calls.
Arizona sheriffs met with Washington, D.C. officials to advocate for increased safety efforts at the border. Sheriffs from Cochise, Yuma, and Pima counties met with Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen and U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. They also met with Arizona Representative Martha McSally, who chairs a border security committee. The sheriffs are pushing for additional funding to help them deal with drug and human trafficking at the border.
Arizona Representatives Paul Gosar and Andy Biggs have joined a handful of House Republicans demanding the impeachment of the Deputy Attorney General. Pat Pabletti has more from our Washington bureau.
The articles of impeachment were filed last night and accuse Rosenstein of stonewalling Congress as it seeks documents related to the Justice Department's probe of the 2016 election. Gosar told me, though, that lawmakers' patience has run out.
You know, we've seen delay after delay after delay in a rightful role for the House to have oversight of the Justice Department. And they keep telling us that they've complied, and then we find more information and more information.
The resolution to impeach Rosenstein says that he withheld documents from Congress under subpoena. The 5 articles of impeachment also say Rosenstein has conflicts of interest in his role overseeing the investigation into possible Russian interference in the 2016 campaign. But Attorney General Jeff Sessions today threw his support behind Rosenstein and said that Congress should re-examine its priorities.
My deputy, Rod Rosenstein, is highly capable. I have the highest confidence in him. So what I would like Congress to do is to focus on some of the legal challenges that are out there.
The resolution to impeach Rosenstein would need a majority in the House, which seems unlikely after Speaker Paul Ryan explicitly said today that he does not support Rosenstein's impeachment.
I don't think we should be cavalier with this process or with this term. Number one. Number two, I don't think that this rises to the level of high crimes and misdemeanors, so a really high standard. Number three, we, since I got involved, have been getting a lot of compliance from DOJ.
With the House leaving for its August recess today, there will be plenty of time to debate the issue, and Gosar says that that's by design.
Isn't it interesting that we did this on the break, you know, where people have to go back home and talk to their voters and their constituents? I think their constituents are going to tell them, you know what, you vote for that darn thing, because we were sick and tired of what Justice Department is actually doing.
Even if impeachment supporters can get it through the House, the measure would still need a 2/3 majority to pass the Senate, which 5'7" South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham said was less likely than his chances of playing basketball in the NBA. In Washington, Pat Pobletti, Cronkite News.
Arizona Representative Raul Grijalva wants President Trump to help fishing communities. The House Democrat, along with a few colleagues, sent a letter to the White House wanting the same tariff relief to fishing communities that has been offered to farmers. Grijalva contends that American fishermen and women are reeling from a tariff battle with China. China is the world's top seafood consumer and #1 importer of American seafood. President Trump made a stop in Iowa today as he toured a community college and talked about tariffs. Farmers are facing a drop in the price of soybean harvests and corn, primarily caused by new tariffs. The administration announced $12 billion in emergency aid for farmers. The president is keeping his tough stance on China.
Because, you know, China's doing a little number. They want to attack the Farm Belt because they know the farmers love me. They voted for me. We won every one of the states. And you look at that middle of this country, outside of a little bit of blue on the outer edges of the country. We want just everything. And so they figured, oh, what we'll do is we'll attack them. And I see that. And I said, they're not going to win, just so you understand. We have all the cards. We're going to win.
Meantime, Coca-Cola is going to raise soda prices because of the tariffs. They have caused higher freight rates and metal prices.
Today marks the 28th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Reporter Allison Snell takes a look at how the civil rights law has changed lives. The overall percentage of people with a disability in Arizona was 11.7% back in 2012. Disabilities can range from hearing, visual, cognitive, or others. And while there's no single definition of disability, I spoke with 2 people today who say that without the ADA, there would have been limits on what they can accomplish.
I would be in a situation where I couldn't make any of my own decisions and most likely be required to live in an institution.
I wouldn't be able to work. I wouldn't be able to do other things that I do.
Since the passing of the Americans with Disabilities Act, many now have equal access to opportunities.
It's basically allowed me to have self-determination.
The ADA was passed 28 years ago, but for Michelle Stokes and Asine Dietrich, it means so much more.
The ADA has been my entire life. I've had 30 years working with the ADA in the Valley.
It's allowed me to live at home with my family. It's allowed me to get through college and law school. It's allowed me to be employed.
Ability 360 hosted a celebration today for the 28th anniversary. People of all ages and even some furry friends came to the event where they talked about the successes and what still needs to be done.
The biggest thing right now is making sure people can get to us, which is accessibility, but then also work with us, which is inclusion.
People with disabilities are just people. We have the same hopes and aspirations as anyone else.
Over the last 28 years, things have greatly improved, but the ADA is really just the first step.
My hearing loss is who I am. I want to work beside somebody who's blind. I want to work beside somebody who has developmental disabilities. I want to work beside somebody who's like me.
The most recent revision to the ADA took effect in January of last year. It states that public accommodations that own, operate, or lease movie theaters are required to provide closed movie captioning and audio descriptions. In the broadcast center, Allison Snell, Cronkite News. Coming up on Cronkite News, it's Christmas in July.
Thanks to a very generous grant. Technology is now landing in the hands of kids placed in Arizona's foster care system.
Plus, changes to a staple of the holiday season, why things won't be so bright this year in the city of Glendale.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. The 2018 election season has arrived. Join us for primary and general election debates. Right here, meet the candidates and hear their positions. Arizona Horizon, your source for what matters most this election season. Only on Arizona PBS.
100 foster children across Arizona who are starting high school are receiving a special surprise.
They were nominated by their case manager for their hard work and dedication. Reporter Amanda Mason shares the unwrapping celebration.
Through the partnership of Love Up Foundation and Scottsdale's 2030 Club, this is the first year Arizona Department of Child Safety awarded 100 laptops to foster children all across Arizona. We were asked not to identify those in the story to protect the children and foster families, but I wish you could have seen the expressions on their faces. They were overjoyed.
Today was filled with joy as foster children from around Arizona unwrapped their very own laptop. This program was created by Shalom Jacobs with the Arizona Department of Child Safety.
I was concerned that kids in foster care might be at a disadvantage, not having computers, either being in a group care setting or in a relative placement. So I wanted to come up with a way that we could get technology into their hands and they could be on an even playing field with other kids in school.
According to DCS, only 20% of urban foster youth in the nation have computer access.
Well, in schools today, computers aren't a luxury. They're really a necessity for all the students. So it's very important for them to be able to have access to technology.
The kids had no idea they were going to take home a brand new Chromebook. For the first hour, in partnership with Phoenix Police, the kids went through an online safety course. And then the laptops of love followed. For one 13-year-old whose identity is shielded, he was excited to get his first computer.
But it was really surprising. It's really fun. I had a great time.
For privacy reasons, we cannot reveal her last name, but foster mom Esther Lee, who has already raised a large family of her own, says she loves being a foster mom.
If I can give them, I tell people 1 day, 1 month, 1 year of happiness, normal, that's kind of what I'm hoping to do. God's given me that gift to be able to reach out.
Before the laptops go home, foster children and their guardians have to sign a safety and responsibility pledge.
What I like about signing that pledge, it's almost an accountability. You have a job. You're expected to do certain performances, meet certain quotas or whatever the case may be.
I think the laptop symbolizes to them, you matter. You have potential to be successful. We believe in you.
The Department of Child Safety wants to continue to expand this program and offer more laptops to foster children attending high school each year across Arizona. In the Broadcast Center, Amanda Mason, Cronkite News.
Glendale Glitters is a holiday tradition that will be cut short this year. Reporter Jordan Daphnis discovered downtown merchants think the city is being a bit of a Grinch.
This year will be the 25th anniversary of the Glendale Glitters Holiday Light Show. The event typically kicks off the weekend of Thanksgiving and runs all the way through the first weekend of January. But this year, the city cut back. Downtown Glendale is not your typical urban jungle. It has more of a quaint, small town feel.
I chose this area because of its hometown feel and its walkability, its mature landscaping, tree-lined streets, and just the neighborhood atmosphere that it has.
Every year, this quiet area comes alive to host the Glendale Glitters Holiday Light Show from Thanksgiving through the first weekend in January.
It was created as a signature event for Glendale to bring people to downtown to celebrate the holidays.
Now Glendale Glitters has been trimmed down to just 3 weekends instead of 5, and merchants say this change will hurt their business.
To be hit with such a devastating cut is going to be extremely difficult for the merchants here.
Glendale City Manager Kevin Phelps says the reason why they made this change is to revitalize the area in the long run.
In talking to our downtown merchants, including a very recent meeting where I met with 12 or 15 of them, is everyone to a person acknowledged that our current downtown is not healthy and that we're trending the wrong direction. And so first and foremost is a recognition that our strategies that we've been using to date haven't been very good.
Merchants like Danica Coral are hoping that the city and the merchants can work together to come up with a solution that works for everyone.
We would love for the city to truly work with the merchants in the neighborhood because we are their boots on the ground. We live and breathe this city. We live and breathe the blocks.
The city originally cut 3 weekends of Glendale Glitters in December, but they announced last night they will restore 1 weekend. At the digital desk, Jordan Daphnis, Cronkite News.
Coming up on Cronkite News, your food choices could help or hurt the planet.
So how do your meals stack up? Still to come, a recipe to better impact the environment.
It's currently 110 degrees here in Phoenix. Be sure to stay tuned for a full 7-day weather forecast and see if we have any heat relief coming up.
Cronkite News, weeknights at 5 on Arizona PBS.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
Outside, it is brutally hot and another day with poor air quality.
Is there any sign of relief this weekend? Hannah DeReuter has our full weather forecast.
It's currently 110 degrees here in Phoenix. We do have some slight winds, which is good because that is going to keep us cold throughout the rest of the day. Taking a look at our state highs for the day, we've seen 111 here in Phoenix. Down in Casa Grande, we're seeing 109. And in Tucson, they are a little bit cooler at 103 degrees. Moving on up north, we're seeing a little bit cooler temperatures, 87 in Flagstaff and 91 in the Grand Canyon. Now looking at what we're going to see later on, at 6 p.m., we're still going to see 110 degrees, but at 9 p.m., it does cool down, not too much. They're going to be at 106, and at 11 p.m., we're still in those triple digits at 100 degrees. Now looking at our 7-day forecast, on Friday, our high will be 111. Saturday, 107. On Sunday, we cool down just a bit at 105, but only to pick right back up. The temperatures do begin to rise. Monday and Tuesday, we're at 108, and on Wednesday and Thursday, we are at 109. So we don't see too much heat relief throughout the next couple of days, but we're hopeful for those lows in the 80s. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Hannah DeReuter.
When it comes to signing up for sports, whether you're dedicated to one team or trying out something new, there's always a cost involved. And for people with disabilities, that cost is much higher. For people with disabilities, playing sports comes with a costly price tag. For Ryan Russell, a car accident that happened 14 months ago while he was moving from Anaheim, California to Phoenix left him paralyzed from the waist down. 1 year later, he tried playing wheelchair basketball for the first time at Ability 360's fitness center in Phoenix. Ability 360 is a facility that specializes in working with disabled athletes. Russell's greatest worry was how much a wheelchair basketball chair costs.
It's not in my budget to, purchase a new sports chair to, keep going with recreational sports.
Members at Ability 360 are able to try out sports like wheelchair basketball for a minimal fee by using chairs the facility owns. If someone were to buy one for themselves, it wouldn't be cheap. Wheelchairs specifically designed for sports can start at $1,500. For athletes who compete at an elite level like USA National wheelchair rugby player Ernie Chun, that price tag can be much higher.
Now my rugby chair runs maybe close to $5,000 or more.
Even someone who plays at an amateur level for an extended period of time, the bills can stack up.
I'm playing for about 13 years now, and then I've been coaching off and on for about 6 years. If I were to put a number on it just based off of not just what I've paid personally, but what I've had to help raise, you're talking in the tens of thousands of dollars.
With the cost of adapted athletics being so high, one way that people with disabilities are able to alleviate some of those costs is through grants provided by organizations like the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
It's really important to get people equipment that they will use. Now, this year we sent out grants in 95 different sports.
The initial buy-in for sports may seem expensive, but according to Liz Williams, executive director of the Junior Adaptive Athletes in Motion Foundation and mother to a youth adaptive athlete, those prices can go even higher.
The basketball chairs, if you're getting a program chair like I spoke about, which is just kind of a generic chair, they start about $2,500. Customized chairs, $3,000 and up. My son's basketball chair was $4,500.
Even though playing adaptive athletics has such a high price tag, do athletes think that the cost is worth it?
Yeah. And it's funny you ask that question because sometimes the teammates and I, we go over like, man, add up all your chairs. I could have like a, probably no joke, $50,000 nice vehicle or something,
Sometimes the opportunity to compete can be worth its weight in gold. If you want more information on adapted athletics, you can check out the Ability 360 website at ability360.org.
Generations are consistently shifting their diets. In fact, over the past 50 years in the U.S., we have increased our consumptions of processed foods, sugar, and meat. But have you ever thought about changing your diet to help the environment? Next on Cronkite News, how your food can reduce your carbon footprint. As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles. In Cleveland. In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
Changing your diet can help more than just your health. Nia Rowan reports from our Los Angeles bureau on the environmental impact of your food.
If you look across the spectrum of environmental issues, food plays a role, big role in climate change, biodiversity loss, water use, land use. All of these things come down to food.
Jennifer Jay is a professor in civil and environmental engineering at UCLA. Her lab studies both the carbon footprint of different diets and the antibiotic resistance in the environment.
Studies have shown, and I've done my own calculations, show that really the fewer animal products you can eat, the better.
Jay says cutting out red meat can make a huge difference because raising cattle requires a lot of natural resources. But there are plenty of alternative meat products sold that give the same proteins. These alternatives have a much smaller carbon footprint because they are made from things like beans, lentils, and vegetables.
As we look to the future, we are trying to figure out how we're going to meet the Paris climate targets and keep the warming that we're seeing to below 2 degrees C.
Here at the lab of Dr. Jennifer J. at UCLA, they study our food systems, not only in terms of the carbon footprint, but also with respect to the role that they play in spreading antibiotic resistance, whether that be through bacteria in the air, groundwater, or fertilizer just like this.
We're actually expecting to see more deaths because of antibiotic resistant by 2050 than we currently see from cancer, which is the top killer now.
The large majority, about 60 to 80% of our antibiotics are used in agriculture, which are the same antibiotics we need when we get sick.
What this means is when we looked at the air coming off of animal feeding operations that use antibiotics compared to organic farms, which don't, we saw that there was a higher percentage of antibiotic-resistant bacteria in the air.
Aquacultures and capture fisheries can be just as bad for the environment. Seafood like catfish and shrimp is ranked just as bad as some meat, according to a study out of the University of Washington in Seattle.
People can change 1 day a week, and then 2, 3, 4. They can go by day. People take incremental steps that can just involve 1 meal a day.
In Los Angeles, Nia Rowan, Cronkite News.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from...
When you cast your vote in the upcoming election, you connect with issues that hit close to home. Clean Elections provides voter resources and tools so you can vote informed on August 28th. Connect with the facts at azcleanelections.gov.
Phryne Fisher is a detective.